There we go. Alrighty, so today I'm going to be putting a belt on this 1966, if I remember correctly, Concord transistorized 220. I've already swapped the belt with a turntable belt because this one would squeal about halfway through, probably because of it sitting here. But this belt's better. And so I guess we'll start to get into pulling it apart, and if you're going to rebuild one of these, show you what you're dealing with. It's a pretty simple rebuild, but there's some cool little parts on it that some might be impressed on. Get that dust off. I need to get a phone slot for my tripod at downstairs because I don't have a phone slot, and it would be a lot easier than just holding my phone up. Everything on this unit, though, does work except the tape counter, which needs new belt. But I don't have time or don't really want to. Come on out. There we go. Have the time or want to pull the entire top half of the mechanism off. So after a few simple steps, that comes off. You have access to both vacuum tubes and your controller buttons, including the shafts. And then if you pull these two nuts off right here, I don't know why it has so many. Like, look, there's flatheads too. Like, it's, look, there's two flatheads holding the tape counter on, but most of the unit runs off Phillips types. So you need a little bit of everything if you want to get deep into it. But under here, if you pull this big metal panel off, you get the access to the drive. Heads up, though, you cannot use it while this top metal plate is pulled off because it has solenoid triggers that need it to be clicked down to power it on. But as you can see, it has an interlocking hub here, and it has big rubber. There's a huge flywheel. Like, this is what I call weight shifting. And it's a pretty easy to get out, but it's a little tight. This is the turntable belt that I used, which, I mean, it's okay, but it's just not the best. I will be restoring its original belt into it. This is what I meant by it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it'll go in there. I'll set you down for a sec. Almost got it. There we go. And with that, if you route it around the two rubber stubs, and then you slot it, there we go. Should be restored back to its glory. But I guess only one way to find out. Let's slam it together and figure out if it does, as a matter of fact, work. But as you can see, it's a pretty simple fix, but it's a cool little unit too. The vacuum tube is a VU meter, which is a cool add-on to it. And it's not terrible. These units aren't bad build-wise. They're not the greatest. I mean, as you could see, electrical tape around the other vacuum tube. It's not the best way to design something. But it sure as heck works. What is hard to find are these trim pieces. I have found, like, this little piece here is about $100. Without the crack, I guess. But still, you get my point. Get this to slide better in, and then line that little red pin up. One in. Let's get the tone on this thing's awesome too, because it gets pretty good tone. Bingo. Alrighty, let's put back in the screws and thread my reel in that I paid $30 freaking for. That's just how much they're going for these days, and that was the cheapest one I could find, because Amazon wants like $100 for just the take-up hub. Yeah, there were a few different variants to it. There was this variant with these black and silver spindles, and then there was another variant with white and silver spindles, which looked pretty cool. But I like this design more. The big sell point is it's not nearly as freaking pricey. And it does look cool, besides that's missing some of the plastic trim. And it's also the portable flavor, in a way. It's portable, but it doesn't run off batteries, and it weighs like 50 pounds. Gotta line this screw up a bit more. I was gonna go in that stupid Fred loop. Just leave it like that, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's the way to belt swap it. But yeah, obviously, make sure it works. I don't know if this reel is on A or B side. There's no such thing as B side on this type of reel, so, or this type of player for that matter. Also, I'll show you how to fret, because not many people show you how to fret one from the 1960s. You wrap it through that little trigger solenoid, and then around like so. And then you don't latch it in here. Hold on, I'll set you down for a sec, because this is a two-hand operation. There we go. And you do not latch it in here. You just like put it in like this, and gravity will do its thing. Oh no, I didn't do it that time. Hold on. One moment. Gotta roll it around once. And there you go. No, gotta find out if she works. It's only from like, I don't know, it's a wee out of date. Fire up. Okay, it's on the right side. I am trying to get a better reel-to-reel player for the record. This one is just what I can afford. I want to get a nice 80s one to increase my record studio big time. But I'll do what I can. But yeah, as you can see, the tape counter don't move. But as you can hear, it is a really good unit overall for being a vacuum tube system. And I guess that's just simple rebuild one, how to fix your 1960-something Concord transistorized 220 from 1960 to 1966. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I guess I'll be rebuilding something maybe on the next.